So Batman versus Superman. So everyone saw it, right?
Yes.
All right. How are we gonna
How do we bring this up?
This is like torturing someone. Like, who's going first? You know. We probably all share an opinion on this movie, but I feel like we need to talk about it, right? Every single episode of the Screen Punch podcast so far, I'm pretty sure we've talked
about it coming out.
Yeah, in a small way. Like, even though I think to both of us, it wasn't like the most anticipated movie of all time, but
only because we weren't expecting.
Yeah.
Magic.
Yeah, I guess so.
6 hours of non-stop talking about it. That carried over as soon as Jason got off work, and it was like even a longer discussion. Like, no, that
It went on until 2 in the morning.
Okay, well, let's start on this note. What did you like about it?
Ben Affleck's chin.
Ben Affleck with
his chin.
Shit.
That massive chin. That massive chin.
That dimple was so centered.
That cleft.
Dude, I just called him Batman No Neck.
Yeah.
There's no neck in that dude. Well, you know, if you think about it, like I said, like my theory is that it's like a whiplash technology. It, like, you know, braces him. So you have to have just a giant buff fake necks, you know, to brace yourself for all the impact.
Yeah, I mean, maybe.
He took a bullet to the head, so
yeah.
Probably.
Yeah.
And he was still kind of like, boom, like what? Yeah, it wasn't like he just kind of looked back at it, like he was still kind of shook.
I like that he got stabbed.
He got stabbed.
I like that fight scene. You know, that was the worst thing. Was like when you watch the trailer, you thought that they were giving away like a part of the intro and it was okay, and you find out that it's like really
that is the movie.
Oh,
that's what I thought too.
Yeah, but it delivered. Like I got so hype off that one part, like because that whole like the Batman versus Superman part was weak.
Yeah,
it was so weak.
Ryan went to the bathroom.
I went to the bathroom when it started. I came back.
Oh wait, so did you see the floating Bruce thing?
At the beginning,
the bats circling him and he's floating.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. No, I went to the bathroom at the beginning of the fight, like the Batman vs Superman fight. My thing was, okay, I guess we should tack on the spoiler alert thing. Like, if you haven't fucking watched the movie, that's your problem, okay? So that the way that the fight turned around and they decided they were going to be best friends was infuriating to me. It was just like what's his mom's name?
Martha.
Martha, yeah. He's just like, it's like, doing it for Martha, bitch. And then he's just like, you got a Martha mom? I got a Martha mom, man. And then they hugged and kissed, and then they were like, yeah, let's go get these bad guys, right? Yeah. Like, that was... there was no reason that should have been the thing.
Or it should have at least been delivered differently. Yeah. Like,
oh, go ahead.
I thought Superman was going to be all, like, emotional about it.
Yeah.
Like, you would have thought, like, at least, like, Zack Snyder at least can make his characters cry or something. Like, that's what I thought was going to be... He'd be more like solemn or like not like he's just sitting there. Yeah. He's like Martha.
Yeah.
There was that moment where he made the sourest face where he was like leaving Lois and he just kind of looks at her and he's just you took my mom, man. And it was just so long, and I think that was the kind of that idea is the representation of the whole movie. Like good ideas, terrible delivery. So you can't even see it as a movie. It's just a 2.5-hour trailer. Because
why did it even take him that long to get that out? Like. Yeah. They should have never fought.
Yeah, because he was trying to explain it. I was in the bathroom the second time when we were watching. We
streamed it. Have you seen it?
Streamed it illegally. Whatever. Fuck it.
Oh, so you've seen it twice?
We were watching it right before.
Yeah, we watched it right before, and we didn't finish.
I was talking to my brother earlier about it, and I kind of agree. Like he's like, I don't really remember a lot of the movie. I'm like, I kind of don't either. Like it's very like nothing. A lot happens, but nothing happens.
Yeah.
Nothing memorable happens.
I gotta say, Snyderism that totally went through in the movie that I was willing to call before the movie and like I actually saw it, was he had to have Ben Affleck screaming no, because in every fucking movie, Zack Snyder thinks that somebody's got to scream no.
That's
like
a pattern.
That's just a thing that happens in the Zack world in a movie.
He gave him a short one though. It wasn't super long. It was like a half.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know.
No, he did. Batman did scream that in the desert thing.
Yeah,
when he's in the back of the truck.
That chick got shot. No.
I will say one thing I liked. Okay, this is something that I felt like they should have done in the Nolan Batman series because it's just a touch of realism that really needed to be added. Was the voice modulator thing? I think that makes perfect sense. You got a multi-billionaire fucking superhero who's trying to hide his identity, like
a super scientist as well.
I mean, like, why would just Christian Bale's Batman got lazy? He's like, no, I'm cool with this. I can do this. Nobody's gonna recognize me.
Flying plane, possible. Voice modulator, out of not
exactly.
possible.
Like you couldn't string that one together. But like I mean, that was a good touch. I thought Alfred testing it out at the beginning, and like saying it's all ready to go.
And it's just like, I'm just sitting here like, yes.
See, that's the thing.
You're getting stronger, Ben Affleck. Every scene you're in, you're crushing it. So
Dude,
I love it.
that was the thing, is like everything like towards the build up with Batman was great, but like right when they introduced him, dude, I was about to walk out. Right when he did the bat crawl, the monkey crawl thing away.
He's in the corner.
Oh, in the corner?
That was the worst
way to introduce
Batman.
Yeah.
Versus just staying there, just brooding.
He's just like, he was taking.
I wasn't too bad.
So
like I thought that
serious.
was okay.
Really?
Because
Dude.
it was from the policeman's perspective. So you're following the policeman around, and then he's there. It probably lingered on it a little bit too long.
Well, here's the
Had
thing.
it been just like a couple frames, and then you're like, oh, what was that?
I'm split because I agree with what both of you guys are saying. Because I think I like the idea of it's kind of like have you guys watched the new Daredevil season all the way through yet?
Yeah.
Okay, so
no, not all the way through.
Well, the first episode, I think this is so Punisher's introduction. You don't even see him. You just know that he's fucking annihilated an entire mafia, you know, and you don't see him the whole time. I like that idea of like if he was more shrouded in mystery. I agree that him being sprawled up in the corner was fucking stupid.
Yeah.
But I
So
like the
dumb.
idea of like the cops going in and like seeing everybody in that cage, and then they're all like, "No, fuck no, I'm not going out." Like that was cool. It would have been way cooler if maybe he was standing at the like top of the staircase or something like
Or
that.
like
and just
on the
breathing.
Or
actual
maybe
roof,
not even
like-
maybe not even show him.
Yeah.
Like that.
yeah,
That-
just like a
that was-
shadow.
We gotta-
Just
we got-
keep jumping up from like the hole he's
Yeah.
jumping
Yeah.
from.
Like I mean, like have him like man, his shoulders are too big. But if he was able to like stand with the fucking like the cowl just all over him, like the cape and stuff, and just standing there. Ooh, chills.
Well, the thing about
I
it,
would
like
love
he's been
it.
there for 20 years, so I think at that point, like my whole scenario, I think would have been better was just like he goes up there and he's standing, and he doesn't even give a fuck that this cop is
Yeah.
there. And at this point, the
Right.
cop's so scared he like puts it down, so he just walks away, and the other cop just goes like this, "Bets." What? I picture that. It's just like, dude. I mean, think about it. This guy has reinforced the cops with for 20 years taking down bad guys, so obviously, like they're on the same side.
Right. There's a level of respect.
Right.
Yeah, you
versus-
think at this point-
I do feel like the one that wasn't the younger one, he's probably had to deal with Batman before. That's why he's probably slow.
Yeah.
Getting
You know
up
what's
there.
weird is since they're setting up like that, basically he's the Dark Knight Returns Batman.
Yeah.
Like in this universe, it's funny that they didn't like set him up as he's not Batman anymore, and this is what makes him come back as Batman.
No, I think I love the fact that he wasn't like he hasn't retired. He's 2
Uh-huh.
decades deep, like doing this to people. That's dope.
One angle I did like was I liked how they turned Lex Luthor, and it's stupid that they got Eisenberg because he's known as Mark Zuckerberg in a way, but I like the idea of having Lex Luthor as like a young, overly ambitious startup company fucking guru who's just a psychopath. I like that mentality. I hated Eisenberg in it.
Yeah.
That was fucking awful. Just every moment. And then whenever he showed emotion, he was just
I didn't think
lip
it was
quivering.
that
I didn't think it was
Slowly
bad
gets
either.
better throughout the movie,
Yeah.
but his introduction is just he's too fidgety. That's like I
Yeah.
get what he's trying.
When
to
he's
do, but
like,
it's just like
when the fucking thing comes and he's just like,
yeah.
What was that one?
like that was weak.
When he was doing what?
Like
A little
when
montage
they're
where
like
he's acquiring like Zod's body and rights to the ship.
Oh yeah.
and they're pushing in Zod's body and he's just sitting at the edge of the thing, like,
Yeah.
rubbing his hands and like,
He keeps doing the eyebrow thing.
oh yeah.
Yeah.
No,
But I
eyebrows.
do like what he evolved into, you know,
Totally.
like this
It ends up
just,
being cool.
yeah, complete just psychopath who has this like, you know, small man syndrome. I like the
Character-wise,
concept.
character-wise, sure.
Right. Where he
Wait,
got to-
Eisenberg-wise.
Wait, so
Oh,
like,
he should've done it.
wait, so
I also
basically
didn't
when,
mind-
when his whole plan went to the fold, like him blowing up the Senate and stuff like that, was that after he was like in the ship and like was already messing around with like
Had to be.
like learning everything about like the universe and stuff?
I don't know. I can't-
Because he did go in there and it's like, oh, show me everything.
yeah.
So it's like, that's when the turn went down for him?
Did you
like,
guys
to,
see the
like,
deleted
really-
scene?
Yeah.
No,
Yeah.
I didn't see it.
I did.
So there's a deleted. It's not really a spoiler because it's like deleted, but like there's an extended part of him going to that vat, and it shows like another sort of like of the DC Dark God kind of guy, like take form and sort of like go away and more like expounding on the like, whole communication with the gods type
That was
stuff.
the 3 mother boxes.
Yeah. So I could see maybe that's kind of where he snaps a little bit and maybe thinks like, oh, this world isn't as important as everyone thinks it is.
But I feel like the more that we argue about this movie is the fact that like it doesn't matter. Warner Brothers did what they had to do. They're not only making so much money off it. But
They got my money.
They're making us talk about it. You know, like I'm so torn. I've been thinking about it more and more. It's like I even want to see it a second time, even when I don't want to see it a second time. But they're forcing me to be like, dude, it can't be that bad. I try to watch it again, and like honestly, like 10 minutes through, I was just like, I don't know.
You appreciate what they're trying to do a little bit more because you can kind of like you've already accepted the bullshit factor.
Yeah.
But then you kind of see, well, okay, let me like try to interpret this scene a little bit more. Like even the scene where Batman's like flying up, it's like I totally understand what he's trying to do, like trying to create this kind of like rising up, kind of like more than man kind of thing. But at the same time, that was a perfect introduction, and then you completely wiped that out. The whole point, Batman's supposed to be like the best man, so now you're making him like a god amongst men, and like I don't know. I just didn't. I thought it was completely sideways.
And it's funny when like we watched it today. He's like, all right. I'm like, yo, just start it up, and it's just like, you sure, man? I was like, yeah, I'm gonna go take a shit. Like I know what happens.
The Batman intro is really cool though.
Yeah.
Probably the most like visually pleasing version of that whole thing.
I think I might even be the best one. It's very stylized, dude. I like the.
Yeah.
I mean, it took
the pearls.
Panel
great shot.
Like Dark Knight Returns, they took that panel for panel, and that's where Zack Snyder fucking shines. Like, if he's just copying something else, like what he sees in a comic panel.
Well, that's my problem with the entire movie is that intro was really well shot, but then you expect it. All right, so Zack Snyder, that's his thing. He knows he's not a good idea man when it comes to a visual. He's a good emulator man, and he creates that, the next shot, essentially, the comic moving over to life. And that's why 300 looks so cool. That's why the Watchmen looks so cool. But when he has to come up with his own ideas, he's just uninspired, it seems like. You know what I mean? I don't know. It's a bummer for me because the only real reason I wanted to see that movie was because I wanted to see if he would do anything cool with cinematography. And generally, other than the Batman intro, nothing about that movie was really cool.
Did you guys notice
I thought it was a lot of good shots.
Really?
There's a lot of good stuff.
Put it on mute and just cut out a lot of the Superman scenes.
Maybe
like
that's
Lois and the drama kind of scenes, and it would be really like even the action scenes are shot really well. They're just not.
Well, I definitely have this face through the entire movie, like that shit. So maybe that was me. I was getting a little too upset about the thing that I saw before to appreciate the next thing that I see.
Yeah, like watching Daredevil, there's some shoddy cinematography in there.
Yeah, but
like,
I give that some slack. I give it some slack because it's a fucking TV show and they've
and it's like out of 13 episodes.
Yeah, and 13 episodes this season that they shot within a year, and last season I don't know how much production time they had with it. I mean, it was fucking phenomenal last season. This season the cinematography was a little more lackluster, but there was still some great shots in it.
Yeah, I feel like it got better as it went along. Did you guys notice in Batman vs Superman, like every once in a while, there's just like a terrible visual effects shot?
Oh, well, I think you can tell, like, because apparently, like when it was originally called Batman vs Superman, and then then they spent another year on post production. That was when the point they were like, we'll make it Dawn of Justice. So it just feels like that like it was just executives up there
like
going shove everything in there.
Like
Justice League.
the Flash thing, the Flash coming through the time.
Flash
of
was
that
Force.
hurt.
That was
so
that
bad.
That could have been so fucking cool.
Yeah.
And it's like I bucked up because I was getting bored. Like the whole Batman dream nightmare thing was just like
terrible.
I was like I hate this. Like, Batman doesn't shoot people. Batman doesn't shoot people.
Well, I was gonna say,
breaking necks.
at
guys.
least with the Flash, they like put it in a scene, not in an email.
Yeah, that email sequence, and they also got the lamest
so
shots. Like Aquaman, just like
His hair all in front of him.
That would hurt.
It's a
leave
Jacques
me alone,
Cousteau.
camera man.
The cyborg thing looks straight out of Sci-Fi Channel.
Yeah, that's what like the little mother box they had there.
That's the post-production stuff that you know that they just shoved into it, but I think like they succeeded in like making you excited.
No, dude, they dropped the ball. They dropped the ball.
So you're telling me you're not going to see Wonder Woman. You're not going to see Cyborg.
I'm not going to watch Cyborg. Are you kidding me?
Pretty sure?
Yeah, I'm sure.
I bet you will.
I will not. I don't even know who's playing Cyborg.
Ray Fisher.
Who the fuck is that?
That's the football player.
From what?
Chess player.
Football.
He just plays football?
Player?
So he's not even an actor?
I don't know.
Are you kidding me?
He was in,
if Tyrese is Jon Stewart, I'm done. I'm done. I am done.
Hey, he said he met with execs about it.
Yeah.
It went really well, dude.
Yeah, bullshit.
Dude, I
they'll probably get like a spin-off thing on like
sci-fi.
Sci-fi channel. Or CW probably.
Oh, if he's lucky.
He won't be connected to the main universe for damn sure.
Well, that's amazing. All right, so maybe this will appeal to the crowd that has, because like, all right, so I'm not gonna name names, but I have a coworker who he loves like Arrow and The Flash and all the CW
I love that
shows.
shit. Oh, I love it.
But he hates Daredevil.
What's wrong with him?
Exactly. Like, okay, I understand. Look, if you got the broader opinion, Kyle, I know you're one of those people that's difficult to misplease when it comes to movies and stuff.
Yeah.
Like you're generally optimistic about film.
Yeah.
Where you have someone who's like going into fucking CW soap opera bullshit, and then he's like, oh, but Daredevil, no. Like,
did you ask him what he didn't like about it?
What's his specific reasons?
You know, honestly, he gives me like vague reasons. He's like, I don't know, dude, it's just not for me, man. It's just not my thing. And I'm like,
maybe to him, he's like, it takes itself too seriously.
Maybe. I mean, well, I don't know, dude, because I see the because I was dating a girl one time who made me watch The Flash and Arrow, like back to back. And in both, I couldn't tell the difference between one or the other. It was all just soft lighting, like 90s looking cinematography.
Arrow gets 2 thumbs down for me.
Oh, dude.
Arrow.
I watched the first season.
Arrow.
Love it.
Like I feel like the problem with
love it.
I feel like the problem with Arrow, to me, it's like, dude, this would be so much better if it was just Batman. At the end of the day, like,
They can't. That's the thing that sucks about BVS is that if they expanded it just like Daredevil, where it was like 13 episodes, an hour each, like that would have been a beautiful like anthology of stories. But it's like you can't take these characters and package it that way. They have to be a movie because that sells the most merchandise. So like I am just forgiving in these franchises being realistic, knowing like man, like they can only do so much, and really it's all merchandise sales. It doesn't matter like what the critics say because like dude. The nerds love it. There's so many things that like I kind of like forgive it because like there's those little things, especially like the death of Superman stuff. I was just like, oh man, I could visually like.
I mean, like,
I know what he's trying to do.
But I feel like with that whole thing, it's just like I saw it and I'm just like, I mean, they did it.
It's not. They didn't earn it.
It's there, but he didn't deserve it. It's
okay,
not
because
Civil War's coming out. And if Captain America dies, I don't know how I'm gonna feel. If Iron Man dies, I don't know how I'm gonna feel.
Okay, this is my thing. I've been like giving them my theory of how they're trying to expand the whole like Superman, like story, and it's like you think about it first as like Superman's a shitty character, a 2-dimensional like farm boy who's like almost like Lenny with like superpowers. Like he's not the most appealing person. You think about like what he does, like he's a journalist and he puts on glasses to be this guy's like. I mean, I feel like everyone kind of forgets like, dude, he's Superman. Just let him fucking write some journals and just let him be, or else he's gonna freak out. So I mean, like I think like what if they do like the Man of Steel thing and then like. Him dying, it fits a perfect Jesus allegory for him to come back, and they forgive him. They're like,
and it came out on Easter weekend.
Right.
That's kind of funny.
Dude,
like
so I mean, I think if they set up the next one as like Man of Tomorrow, then they finally gave some depth to Superman. I'm hoping that's what they're trying to do because they're trying to humanize this like person that kind of sucks, man.
There is a nugget of it because there's a couple lines in the movie where he's talking about like oh I don't think I can do this. Like even his mom's telling him like you don't have to do this for everyone in the world. It seems like at this point he's still figuring it out.
Right.
And if there does end up being some sort of like longer arc, maybe that'll be sort of worth him dying or not being there for a while and seeing what happens to the world.
Yeah, I think
he's coming back in Justice League for sure.
Well, that's the thing. It's like you watch that and you see them trying to pass off that Superman's dead. What are we gonna do? It's just like
I wish they wouldn't have
fucking
teased it.
Dead. Like why would he? This is a cash cow, you guys. They're trying. You already know the news. They're gonna develop an entire universe around basically Superman. I mean, the Justice League. He's one of the top dogs. You know what I mean? You can't make a Justice League movie without there's just no question that he's coming back. You know, nobody's having that internal
dialogue. Yeah, but it makes it more
dialogue.
interesting that he died because honestly, I was like, dude, we all kind of wanted him to die, so it kind of felt satisfying. Like,
I didn't want him to die.
Dude, I kind of felt like good about it. I was like, good, dude,
just
you
like,
don't need this dude here for a while.
No.
Bring him back later. You don't need him now. He's dead weight.
But then it's like Justice League's coming out, so it's like, is the whole movie going to be about the revival of Superman?
Yeah, it's supposed to be like the Seven
low-key?
Samurai story. That's what they're saying. It's supposed to be like Seven Samurai, where Batman goes out and looks for these people. Because if Superman went like,
so what if they
Batman's more complicated.
So Batman and Wonder Woman go out and they're just looking for heroes. They fight the Flash, they fight Cyborg, they fight Aquaman, they fight each other.
That's the title of the movie.
Batman and Wonder Woman versus Aquaman.
The Flash versus Cyborg.
Just a V,
It's
though.
an all-out battle royale.
Well, what's a bummer is that since they tried to they kind of gave some introduction to everybody that's going to be in the Justice League in this movie, and they did it in such a shitty way. Why would anybody want to see the Justice League movie? It's like, oh, Aquaman's just like a nervous fucking Samoan ripped guy hiding in a broken ship underwater. Like, okay, let's get this guy. The Flash is he's being electrocuted as shit and giving Batman messages in his dreams.
Speed
like,
Force.
I mean, I don't know.
He's got that cool mech suit though. I don't know how to feel about that.
I don't know how to feel.
I was just
when
like,
it
what the
opened
hell?
up like that, I was like, because it came in and then it starts opening, like, what? And then this terrible, terrible CGI.
I feel like every otaku out there, a little part of them, like that little mech part of them was like, I don't know, man, it's kind of cool.
No, a little part of me was like, I was like, it makes sense.
Yeah.
I didn't even think it looked bad visually.
Well, I mean, think about
I
like
thought
for
it
him
was
to
cool.
run through time, he has to have like a suit that protects him from like that kind of friction.
Right.
So it's more like a pod.
It's not going to be thin
travel.
rubber.
Right. Exactly. So like, dude, like I get where the ideas are. So like. Fuck, they won, man. Like, I'm gonna see the movies. Like, I want to see where it goes.
But
Yeah,
like,
when I saw that, I was like, at first, it took me till the scene ended to realize what had just happened, and so I can't remember what exactly.
Because it was a
This
double
was-
layer.
I remember when he
this was
said-
a comment that Snyder made about it. Like, and I think this is what's really hard about the movie, and I hope the like the unrated one in the director's cut is very fulfilling. But he said he threw that in there because he was like, oh man, this is gonna pay off in the long run, like big wise. So it's like, who knows, man? What if he just sets up this whole thing for us to just fucking bitch about? Then like the next 5 years, just like, dang.
Look,
wow,
I mean, if he
it all makes sense.
if he blows my theory about him not being a story man out of the water, I'm totally down for that shit.
What if,
Like,
what if Zack Snyder's first Justice League movie is like straight up fucking a lead into Flashpoint? Then the Flashpoint movie, the Flash movie drops and it's Flashpoint already.
Yeah, already.
Fucking and reboots it right up the jump from Justice League, and we got the Justice League we all want.
Yeah.
That'd be beautiful. That'd be a beautiful thing that
oh
happens.
shit, Brandon's crying.
But yeah, I mean, I think the hard thing is like either the positive and negative thing is like they introduce so many characters, but they're introducing them without the origin story, so that you can go right into the Flash as this character that goes in and out of dimensions. You jump into like Aquaman, I don't know.
Yeah.
Game of Thrones underwater.
Yeah.
That's what it's gonna be.
Oh god.
And I'm gonna hate it.
But you're
Because
gonna
it's
watch
like
it.
I'm gonna dude,
Yeah,
I'm not gonna watch that movie. It's like anything underwater sucks except Finding Nemo. That's my only thing.
Yeah,
but
you
like,
can get some.
think about
password
Mario
things.
games. Underwater levels are the worst levels. You don't want to spend a bunch of time underwater, and then the whole movie's gonna be like that. Them underwater, like bad CGI effects everywhere.
I
them,
always
like, supposed to
assumed
be
like
floating.
Yeah.
like if they did an Atlantis movie, that there'd be some sort of like dome or something that they're at least like walk through.
Because like shooting underwater, they're gonna look all blobby and shit.
And if they just establish that's what they look like underwater with their hair all just, it's gonna
Because
be
I think that's the thing.
That's horrible.
Like, they can breathe underwater, so why would they need a dome?
Well, all right. So here's the thing.
There are those like open mausoleum pieces. Like I'm sure that they're gonna introduce in there.
It depends
But
on
it's
where
like- 'Cause there's
technology
buildings
is
and
evolving.
stuff.
Yeah,
It's
yeah,
them,
yeah.
They
like,
never show in the comic
Atlanteans,
books their
like-
hair
Exactly,
floating around.
exactly.
So I don't know if you guys heard about
Like
the new
fucking hate drawing this.
the new Avatar is supposed to be set underwater on like a moon planet or some shit like that. And so that's James Cameron's goal.
Boo.
Here's the thing. The movie might not be good, but James Cameron knows how to technologically innovate. If he can find a way to make it visually appealing underwater and they can use that technology like everybody used from Avatar and fucking like, oh, the mocap that they use in Avatar, these movies are doing it now. Like, if they do the same thing, they lay the same foundation, they might have a shot. I mean, you know, I'm not saying I'm going to go see it if it's not looking good. Because, I mean, Aquaman in general is just a boring character. It's like, oh, I talked to the fish. It's like, congratulations.
Okay, and I think this is like a conclusion I made between like DC and Marvel is that like they have these characters that are like are pantheon gods that they're trying to put in like some reality versus like Marvel characters were human and altered at some point, so they're complicated human beings that we can like at least empathize with. But these god like creatures are just like, dude, Wonder Woman, the Flash, like it's just
or
like,
at least
so straightforward.
the powers they're given are like beyond godlike.
Right.
Or like Flash can move like faster than like
you can move through
time.
Yeah. So it's hard to create any depth to these characters. So I think like the attempt, and that's why everyone is so satisfied, because like no one would ever imagine that they would ever even see the reality of this coming together. That's really the most thing I've heard about people is like they forgive it because like, dude, I just never thought I would see this in my lifetime, and it's like, man, that's how they gotcha.
If you've been reading the reviews, true. I don't think many people are forgiving shit.
Well, no, dude, for most people,
execution.
Yeah,
but
the Rotten Tomatoes is kind of like it's a very like. It's showing what's wrong with that system because people are saying like, is it fresh? No, I've seen superheroes fight, so no, it's not fresh. That doesn't mean it's like totally rotten. Mm-hmm. It's just like I give it like a 60 or 70 or even 50%.
I always look at IMDb. I look at the IMDb ratings,
and that one seems to be more around like 70 or 60.
The user score is 70. I think critic score is like 42 or something like that. It's like I can't remember if it's.
Because that's where Man of Steel was at. It was like right at like 50.
I had to look it up because I was thinking that too.
Yeah, I had to look it up too. You're like, which one is worse?
Batman vs Superman was like 10 points lower than Superman was. Yeah.
No, that's what I was saying.
Yeah. No, I don't know. It's interesting how all that shit works.
But then like that Rotten Tomatoes score, like when you see like 30%, that is not a movie.
On the first day.
Would watch. Like if you
in general.
But here we go. Everybody has gone.
We all went and watched it, and it's just like, oh god, like
it's not a movie, dude. It's not. It's a 2.5 hour trailer.
But we're pretentious.
It's kind of it's like an episode 1 of like, or not like Star Wars, but like one episode of whatever's gonna be next.
Right.
I do kind of feel like it was kind of like an episode 1.
Yeah.
I don't want to talk about
it was a Phantom Menace.
It was
a Phantom Menace.
Did that's what Alfred said? It's a phantom.
They both had horns. So.
Jeez Louise.
I'm gonna give that movie. If we're going to 1 to 10 scale, I'm gonna give it like a 4.5.
Out of 10.
Out of 10.
Okay.
Initial reaction, 3.5 out of 10. Hindsight, like thinking about it, 7 out of 10.
Ooh, so that's pretty generous.
That's pretty
thinking about the ideas and where they're trying to go with it. It could pay off and be fucking incredible.
Okay.
So
like
that's
an ambitious 7.
Yeah.
You're
like
for the best.
I'm seeing stuff I like and where it's going, but like that initial reaction is like that's key. And it's like I can't put up my blinders to that. Like I was like in and out of that movie.
Yeah, that kind of hurt was new.
Yeah, I was pretty silent when I walked out, just like, oh, that movie fucking sucked. Like it sucked. So yeah, but 3.5.
So wait, which one's medium is like 5 or something?
So we'll just average that, so like a 5. Then.
Yeah.
Dude, as a movie, 3, a flat 3. What a terrible. Dude, it took me just like I had to meditate to kind of just be like, do I want to do this for another 3 hours? Dude? Like, is this something I'm worth doing? So like, dude, movie, just a flat 3. As a trailer, I love trailers. Dude, a solid 8. What a great trailer! I had such a great time.
The best has been bad mouthing the movie. It's been the best.
All right, JC boy.
I would say initial would have been 5 out of 10. Normally, to go below that, I'd have to like really be throwing in my arms, maybe threatening to leave the theater, maybe get my money back. There was a moment where there was a guy texting like a few rows down, where I didn't care about what was going on screen. I legitimately was trying to see this because the screen was so bright that I was like, this ass, what's so important he has to say, you know what I mean? But it drew me away from the movie. There's a few scenes, especially the little float up scene and the email scene, where I legitimately just kind of like was like, oh, are you fucking kidding me? But after thinking about it, I give it a solid 6 out of 10 just because second viewing especially, it solidified the things I like about it and really made me see given the benefit of the doubt for the shit that I didn't like in hopes for it being better in the long run. So 6 out of 10.
Yeah, I would go with like somewhere around 6 or 5. Probably 6. Because it's a really ambitious story to try to tell, and the amount of time that you're at the theater, like 2.5 hours is already on the long side to like set all that stuff up, and just like the amount of scenes are in that movie to like film and make sure they're all looking good. Like the doc comes from like a lot of the scenes that don't, like Superman pulling that CG boat.
Yeah,
like, that was one of the fakest scenes I've seen in a movie in a long time.
Him in space too was fucking.
Yeah,
brutal.
him in space was bad.
Dropping
the mother box cube was terrible.
The rocket thing, that was bad.
Oh yeah, that one was in a trailer too. I thought they were gonna like spruce that one up.
No.
I didn't have too much of a problem with like Eisenberg. Some of the music felt a little generic to me.
Oh wait, I haven't even talked about the music.
Oh my god, that is the word, the choppiness. Everything lies a lot within the music.
Okay.
You all complained about it, but we all love the music.
No.
The music is good.
I listened to it again after the movie.
It's out of place a lot of times because it makes it so it doesn't follow a good rhythm for anything.
Yeah,
but the music itself is really good.
They created the most intense email sequence of all time.